what's Mother's Day without a little baseball?
Yeah.
America's game and America's pastime.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get that right. And if not, our next guest is going to correct me. But we actually have a Hall of Famer inductee joining us this afternoon, and that's certainly a delight. Famous guy here in Polk County when it comes to the sport of baseball. Of course, his folks are well known, and his dad is former mayor of Lakeland, but he grew up in Mulberry. Yes, no, not Mayberry. Mulberry, Florida.
Yep. Well, Johnny Wiggs, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you really for taking time out, because you guys are actually right in the middle of a tournament as we speak.
It is. Mark, Sam, thanks for having me. This is great. It's great to be back in Polk County. It's great to be at the state baseball tournament. Mm-hmm. And it's every year, if we end our season down here, we've had a pretty good season. A couple times we've won the state championship, went on to the Junior College World Series. But this is where it happens, and we're excited to be here.
Well, I know the Ledger's keeping a very close eye on you guys, which segues beautifully because they're this segment's sponsor.
They are. Very thankful for great partners at the Ledger. They do a great job of keeping up with what's happening. It's how we knew that you were in town, because you all, we see what they're putting out in the Ledger, but you all have had a great season and are continuing on. But that's part of the reason why you're being inducted into this year's Hall of Fame class, because of your history and your career as a college coach.
Well, I'm really honored. I didn't see this coming, that's for sure. To be in the Hall of Fame with guys like Wayne Peace and Ray Lewis and Andy McGaffigan and on of guys that I grew up watching, trying to emulate. Again, I played some football at Mulberry High School, at least pretended to be a quarterback, and we had a pretty good senior year, and I tried to be Wayne Peace, and of course I wasn't 6'3", 6'4" like Wayne, and going to Mulberry, I got a chance to play all three sports. I played football, basketball, and baseball. And whatever sport it was, I thought I was going to be a pro in that sport, at least when I was young. My dad set the tone. My dad played three sports at Mulberry. And for me,
Your dad did?
He did.
I did not know that. I'll have to give him a hard time next time I say that.
Again, same thing, football, basketball, and baseball. My granddad did the same thing. So I just followed in the tradition of the Wiggs household. And Mulberry gave me so many great opportunities. A coach like Colin Smith was my basketball coach, is in the Polk County Sports Hall of Fame. His toughness as a coach made me better. Stu Guthrie was my football coach, who made me tougher and better. Jim Botenhammer was my baseball coach. But those guys made me a better athlete, but they also made me want to be a coach, and that was pretty cool. They made the coaching profession look really great. They enjoyed their careers. I think Colin Smith may have just retired. He did it for so many years. I mean, he was awesome. So to be able to follow sort of in those guys' footsteps in the coaching profession was huge for me. Yes, I probably could have done something to make more money, but it would not have been more enjoyable, and the satisfaction that I get helping young men get to do the same thing that I did. Again, I always say a 5'0", weighed 100 lefty from Mulberry, who didn't think, I had great dreams, but people kept telling me I was too small, those kind of things to do it. To be able to play junior college baseball, to play at the University of Florida, to play 5 years professionally, to coach and now my 23rd year as a junior college head coach, it's been a dream come true for me.
So I'm going to, obviously we're live, and I want to pick your brain a little bit, because right now, you're heading into the championship round,
sure,
if you will, lack of a better way to put it.
Yep.
But Johnny, what happened up to this point, and what does it look like for the next couple of days?
Well, first of all, we had a really good regular season. We actually got off to a tough start. Wasn't playing very well. I blamed it on COVID, like everything else. But we didn't get to play games this fall. They didn't allow us to play.
Okay.
So we didn't have any competition until we jumped into the spring season. Once we got there, we stumbled a little bit. We got off to 7-7 start through our first 14 games. Once we got to conference, we sort of hit the road running. We went 18-4 in conference, ran away with the conference championship. We've had some great success. It's easy for me to recruit to Santa Fe College. It's one of the best junior colleges in the country academically. It's a great college town in Gainesville. Our big brother's 5 miles down the road, so it's easy to recruit. We've won 9 conference championships in the last 14 years. So it's been a great run. So when we get to Lakeland, it's been a great year. But now we get here, you're in the final 8 teams. We've gone 1-1. We got beat the first game against Northwest Florida. We beat Indian River last night in extra innings. So we're in the final 6 teams now, competing for a state championship. Only one team gets to advance to the Junior College World Series in Grand Junction, Colorado. We've been able to taste that a couple times. We've been up there twice, in 2009 and in 2016. 2009, we finished national runner-ups. We had a Polk County kid, Keon Broxton, who was on our team, who's been bouncing in and out of the big leagues the last 3 or 4 years. But so the goal is to try to win the state championship, get back to Grand Junction. But there's 5 other teams that are chomping at the bit to do the same thing.
Definitely. I mean, it's the competition is great. I mean, but it's gotta be pretty cool to come back and be in Lakeland and play in Lakeland and be back in this area and everything. And even part of your career, did you play for the Flying Tigers at one point too?
I did. It's like I said, it's tremendous. I grew up over there at Marchant Stadium. I was a bat boy over there. I worked up in the sound room one year. I threw batting practice to the team right before I went to the University of Florida, and then later on I played a little bit there in 1992 with the Tigers and the great Johnny Lippon, great manager there. So yeah, it's awesome to be back. Polk County has been huge for me. I played pitching so many games at over in Winter Haven. At the Chain of Lake Stadium in our career. We used to have the Polk County tournament over there. And I can remember all the games that I pitched there. So to come back every year, you know, I'm the first one to raise their hand when we start voting on where we're hosting the tournament at, because I raised the hand to Lakeland really quick because this is home, and it's so fun to come back and have family be able to be at the games.
Well, I was just going to ask you, folks coming to watch you coach and watch the team, and how long does the process go before you know whether you're going to Grand Junction or not?
It'll be Sunday.
Okay.
Yep. It's a 5-day double elimination tournament. You got to play 5 straight games. You got to win at least 4 of them to get there. So by Sunday afternoon, we'll know who's going to Grand Junction. Like I said, it's tremendous. Grand Junction does a great job with the Junior College World Series. We played in 2009. We played in the championship game. We played in front of 11,000 fans.
Wow.
So, you know, some people think, you know, it's junior college baseball, you get 500. Not in Grand Junction. We got 11 grand in the championship game. You know, they'll come to the 10 a.m. game and there'll be 4,000 people in the stands. So it's a super, super tournament. And, you know, if we can hit the lottery here the next couple of days and win a few more games, it'd be fun to get out there again.
Well, we definitely hope that you do. And I know that we will see you again on June 8th. Right here for the Polk County Sports Hall of Fame. In a perfect world, this would have happened last year. I think June 9th, I think, is what we had it set for and everything. But obviously, someone had different plans. So, but this year, June 8th, you'll finally be inducted and have that moment and be right there in the Hall of Fame with everyone else we've mentioned, all those big names we've thrown out so far. So yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah, really. I mean, really special for me, of course, and I can't wait. We even postponed. We have a 30-year wedding anniversary trip to Jamaica that we had to move the flights and the date and those came one day to accommodate. But really excited. Can't wait to be coming back. And hopefully we're just getting back from Grand Junction, rolling right in here for the Hall of Fame. But
what a way to cap off
a
championship win Mountain Cup.
That would be great.
Let's make that.
Appreciate y'all having me, and again, appreciate the honor of the Hall of Fame for sure.